Hello YouTube. Welcome back to Bald Man Building an Airplane. This is fuel tank video number 14, and in today's video we'll be putting the first rib with tank sealant into the skin. I have the inboard most rib clecoed in place. You can kind of see it there. I didn't have some big 3/16 size rivets to seal the holes in that one, so I didn't install the inboard nose rib first, as the manual describes. Instead, I just clecoed it in place. Just to hold the skin in place. These are kind of a pain in the butt to get to, set in there real well, because the ribs twist themselves and the skin, it tends to want to twist as well. So getting them perfectly aligned can be a pain, especially when you've got this sticky, slippery goop all over inside of there. And this, of course, being the first one, I had some learning to do on how best to do it. Also, how best to position it on the table. I've got it positioned in a way right now that was kind of a pain to work on, because I had to sort of reach beyond the rib and sort of put my arm over and in, and instead of just sort of just reaching directly over the skin, you can kind of see I'm kind of coming at it from the back there. I sort of thought about that after I was done and decided that, okay, yeah, that wasn't the easiest thing. Let's figure out a way I can put it on the table that becomes easier for next time. I also used, I don't know, I have a 1x1 by, I don't know, 1 and maybe by 2 tungsten bucking bar. It's got some sharp edges on it, and for some reason I just can't hold that really steady while, and maybe it's not steady, but it's just it doesn't fit my hand well. So it ends up making some pretty sloppy shop heads. So I also decided to try a different bucking bar that I had, and I liked the results on that one better on the next rib, but that's for the next video. So once you get it in place and rivet it in place, you've got to sort of fillet both sides, or rather make sure that both sides of the flange have a nice smooth fillet, or at least not necessarily smooth, but continuous fillet. And then you go back and you seal in the rivet heads, make those little forbidden chocolate chips, just like we did on the stiffeners, as you can see on the top of the frame there. I also, with this process, since this was the first rib, I was sort of experimenting with how much sealant to mix up. It was also very warm, so it was setting really fast. I've learned some things since this first one. But this is the next day. I actually got a shipment from Spruce, because these 3/16 inch rivets that you can see there, they're pretty darn big. Vans recommends you use them just to fill the tooling holes and then seal them in. They're part of the back ordered parts that were in some hardware bags from Vans, and I figured it's like a couple of bucks. Let's just order them separately from Spruce and get on my way. So I put a little sealant on one. You see me bending down to the floor because I'm using my rivet gun I got a 3/16" rivet set, but there's no way I'm holding these in place. So what I did was I set my tungsten bucking bar on the floor and essentially like held the thing, the rib up against the rivet head and used the rivet gun to pound it in. So anyway, we'll seal these off and come back to see you in the next video for some more ribs.